Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are continuing Arcane Season 2. This is the penultimate episode titled Killing is a Cycle. We've heard that saying before many times, and it's a theme in many movies and series for sure as well. I gotta say, with everything that's going on right now, I have no idea how they're going to wrap it all up in two episodes. But the previous one was actually one of my favorites, I'd say. The whole what could have been kind of episodes. Echo, Heimerdinger, spending time in a different reality where things are seemingly better, but they wanted to get back. And we also seemingly lost Heimerdinger.
You say seemingly, I feel like it's
it was pretty final. It's just like he disappeared, and like when there's no body, you never really know. Like that's the unwritten rule. But it seems like Echo, he made his way back, and we know already that Jace, he made his way back from also a different reality where things were way worse. So yeah, what's gonna happen in these last two episodes? Are you ready to jump into it?
Yes.
Yes. Anything you want to say before we do?
No.
No, just shut up. Let's get going. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done that already. Like the video, throw in a comment. It really helps out with the algorithm when you do that. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so. Sure. You can do so over on Patreon and right here on YouTube with YouTube memberships. And then you can watch our reaction to the final episode as well, because, yeah, it's up there. Shall we?
Yes.
Arcane, Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah. Killing is a Cycle. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's another... Where the heck did Mel go? Another storyline that's just like... Oh. Oh, and it's those powers of hers again. Whatever helped save them from the explosion, right? Fucking crazy visuals.
Mm-hmm.
What even is she?
Where even is she?
Did she get also pulled into another reality, or just maybe, just...
Her hair changed, didn't it?
I'm one of you, a mage. We each have our own expressions. Yours is quite rare. An empath.
She's...
A conduit and a mirror.
What does that make you? Even now you hide your true face behind illusions.
Truth is the greatest illusion of them all.
Where is my brother?
Regrettably, his fate wasn't among your mother's lies.
You killed him.
What?
I gave Ambessa every opportunity to atone for her transgressions.
A calamity is approaching, rivaling even the ancient rune wars. Ambessa sits at the helm, blinded by her thirst for legacy.
This is what you see in me? A silver bullet?
I see salvation.
For all her faults, she has always done what she thought was best for the family.
She hid you because you are that which she covets most. A weapon.
What is this?
A welcome to your future.
And what is that thing going to do?
The world is a perilous place for a solitary mage. Sister.
Okay then? Well, everything she was saying, especially about
Ambessa?
yeah, that didn't seem too far-fetched at all. But yeah. What is that where Victor is? Snitch, what are you doing?
What's going on?
The blood should sustain Victor for a short while.
Okay.
Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
Okay.
You promised a cure to death.
I now come dependent on Victor's survival.
Doctor, your ingenuity deserves praise.
Victor,
Oh shit.
the world I now see
Is more
Whoa.
lucid than ever.
Oh no, are
You
we...
can inhabit your followers.
We are one. This is the glorious evolution.
Jace failed, right?
Jace's attack has done its work. I do not have the strength to overcome the defense he will raise against me.
Okay, so he didn't fail entirely.
If you agree to empower
This is so
soldier I
cool.
bring you,
I will evolve all those willing.
Evolve into what? Yeah.
Where are the others? Kate? Jinx?
Caitlin wanted to be here to tell you herself.
Loris?
What?
Spit it out.
Did she disappear?
You can't blame yourself.
I don't need consolation. I need a plan.
Arrested?
Oh, okay.
She wasn't there for my benefit. She was there because you didn't trust me to follow through.
Can you blame me? How long were you sidled up with that shifty, self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear.
Oinked.
The only thing Jinx cared about was getting you to safety. Then she just surrendered. I didn't even have time to think before they hauled her off. She's being held in the bunker while I decide what to do. I was waiting for you to recover.
Okay. So now let's talk about it.
Can't erase our mistakes. None of us.
Oh, but we can move forward.
It's somewhat of a good point. Who decides to, like, if we get a second chance, you know? And it's not really ourselves, is it?
Second chances are given.
Vi thinks you've changed.
She can't accept what you and I know. There are no happy endings.
No amount of good deeds can undo our crimes.
Our crimes?
Hating you, I've hated myself. I just don't have the energy for it any longer.
I didn't know your mom was there. Probably wouldn't have made a difference, but I didn't know.
Yeah, not gonna make a difference.
I'm feeling heavy around here.
Yeah. Was that Mel? Yeah.
What happened to you?
Long story.
Doesn't matter.
Kintsugi?
Something happened to me.
Isn't that what it's called? When you
You're the reason we didn't die in the attack.
repair something with gold?
Ah, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Why not save all of them?
It wasn't a decision. One moment you're addressing the council and the next we're standing in rubble. I didn't have any greater awareness.
It just happened.
Carrying magic from myth to machine, rallying the hope and hearts of a nation. You were wise.
Oh, he is still not... What are you... The hell?
Allow us a moment of civility.
Oh!
I would have shown you the merits of my work. Our work. Everything you've done to these people, you did alone.
Damn, okay, he's not playing around. Not willing to talk it out.
The Arcane stirs within you.
Whoa, okay.
Victor, stay away from the Hex Gates.
He's just trying to prevent that future he saw.
Yeah.
Fear clouds your judgment. This chain of events started with you.
In my confusion, I was unable to reconcile this.
Let us instead do this once again as partners. My partner died in this room.
Happen no matter what. Might as well help me. Oh no. Mel, are you gonna intervene? Oh, yeah, okay. Is she gonna be able to overpower him? What did that do? So it's giving him a rash.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
Huh?
Okay. Wow, her hair.
It says something about the late Marcus that he found imprisoning your sister to be a greater mercy than killing her.
Killing isn't mercy.
Killing is a cycle. One that started long before Vanda and me. We build our own prisons. Bars forged of oaths, codes, commitments.
Walls of self-doubt and accepted limitation.
I thought I could break free by eliminating those I deemed my jailers. I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away.
The writing is so damn good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy moly.
You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
Hey!
Jinx.
What are you gonna do?
Break the cycle.
Jinx!
Ha. Ow!
Ah!
Stop messing up your hands and fingers and... Everybody's here?
Quiet!
They already were? Quiet. Sorry.
Perhaps Runeterra itself has never faced. This isn't a fight for ideals or territory. It's a fight for humanity itself. I'm asking every one of you, top side and bottom, to aid us in this coming war, and it will be a war.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
The forces against us are too great.
I'm sure it's gonna be awesome to look at, though. But it's actually uniting them against a common threat. Piltover and Zaun.
Sure, but...
If you choose to flee, don't stop running. But I'm choosing to fight. And I pray that you will join me.
No? Okay. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Not everybody is going to be on board. And so because there are a lot of uncertainties involved in this whole endeavor. The only thing that is certain is there's gonna be a lot of fighting and people are going to die.
Is it the Zaunites?
I do like seeing this though. Is someone gonna let Bai out?
Someone is?
Caitlin,
That's
yeah.
someone.
Had a feeling I might find you here.
Yeah. Oops in it.
You really think I needed all the guards at the Hex Gates? Sorry to say, you've grown a bit predictable.
Okay. Don't let Maddie see this, I guess.
Might as well.
While you were gone, I saw someone.
Kate, I don't fucking care.
But as you said, that someone might care. Maddie.
Yeah.
Damn, they are just going for it.
Have they shown this much before?
No. It is something they've been building to.
Sure, but I mean, you know how it's uncomfortable.
Oh, those are some badass looking hammers, though.
Talk some sense into her.
Do you really think she can reach her in any way?
No, I don't think so.
Your brother was struck with curiosity. He got caught in their web and with every action grew more deeply entangled.
So you let him die?
Come.
He was all the sweetness in my heart.
Now that sweetness is gone.
I pray you never suffer the agony of being forced to forsake one child to save another.
You should have come to me.
Piltover has nothing to do with your feud. Leave our shores. I will join you. We can avenge Kino together.
This is more than vengeance, child. The fact you've come to parley for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose. I've found another way.
Ah, shit.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
What about? Is Warwick just gone?
I guess this is goodbye.
I will miss our talks.
No,
You won't.
you won't.
And she's gone again. Wait. Oh,
Yeah, he's
no.
erasing Vanda.
Everything. They're all transforming into those things.
Ah, okay.
What? Did you recognize something there? Oh, and that's the end.
What he was turning into in the end is the new, because they upgraded Victor's skin in League of Legends. Like his,
Okay, so that's his final form, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, and it's like it's very different from it, or what I like. The Victor I know, yeah, he looked a lot different.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it seems like we are getting into the point where his personality, or whatever you can call whatever he is now, is a lot more like, I guess, a lot more like the Victor I knew from the game before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I just played as Victor yesterday. So
Okay. With this new skin.
With this new skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you already kind of had it spoiled, but
then not, because I just thought that perhaps there was something like.
yeah, you didn't know like how he was gonna become that, like what was gonna happen in the story.
And there are a lot of the characters like where they have a specific arcane skin that looks a lot more like, obviously,
the characters in the series.
Yes. but they still have like slightly like different designs and stuff like that. Whereas Warwick looked a lot more different. Still like some of the same stuff and everything, but so I just thought maybe it was just like they were trying to bridge like the Arcane version of Victor and then the old Victor.
League of Legends Victor.
Yeah.
Look, okay. Yeah. But damn, this was a heavy episode. Getting to actually spend time with the majority of the characters that we have been following so far, taking all the plot lines and all the threads from both the first and especially the second season and combining them a bit more here in this one and leading them to a specific event, I guess. It's this war. It's coming. It's inevitable. But I dare not guess what the outcome is going to be. Or I guess like we could theorize a little bit about it for sure. But I'm just... I just want to see where where it goes now. Like how it wraps up. Where all of the allegiances are going to fall in the end, or where they're going to land. What is the best case scenario? I don't know, but I'm sure the worst case scenario is just the end of the world and whatever Jace saw. And what is Jinx going to do? Because she was straight up like, I will break the cycle. Like she had a purpose. She knew. Yeah. It seemed like she knew how she was going to break the cycle. And I'm afraid for her. Yeah,
but I also feel like she's such a wild card.
We've seen it before. Like, definition of a wild card.
I know Caitlin said that Vi was predictable, but I feel like Jinx is predictable in a way that she's unpredictable.
Yes, you can predict that she's going to be unpredictable.
She's a bit like the Joker in the Nolan's The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Where it's like
or just the Joker and in general. And then Vi and Caitlin, now that we're there, they
reconciled.
Yes, yeah. Even Caitlin was like, I've been seeing someone. Like I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
We're doing this finally. Okay, like that was something good happening in a sea of bad, in a sea of complicated. It's not that this isn't complicated. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I have a tiny gripe with this kind of stuff. Like, but I do also understand it. Like, if the world was to end, wouldn't you be with the one that you love? Of course, I get it. But it's also like, it's just such a like.
There's so much.
It's one of my biggest gripes with like popular culture like this, and
like how you general.
Also like how in some games where like you have these like major stakes, like basically the world is going to end, and then all you focus on, or not all, but then you focus on like romance on the side. I'm just like, if it was me, I think I would be like in this, like I'm kind of like the front runner in like saving the world. Like I would focus my stuff. And I also know that another counter argument to that is like, but you have to like, if you take out the distractions being like love and romance and all of that, if you take out those distractions, perhaps you can think clearer. But I don't know. It's just a gripe of mine.
Or maybe it will focus you up in the end. Like, this is what I'm fighting for.
Yeah, sure. That's what
perhaps.
I mean.
It depends on how they're doing it. Like an example comes to mind that you mentioned games, Mass Effect.
Yeah,
for example.
The one thing
where like to me that's an example of something that sort of makes sense, because usually when you get that final romance options, like okay, now they're hooking up and you get the scene, the intimate scene. It's usually like the evening or like right before the big thing happens, but not like in the middle of the big thing. That's what can sort of piss me off once in a while, is if you're watching something and like in the middle of while they're fighting or doing something extremely important, they turn around and they kiss. And it's like, really? Now?
Spoiler alert for just Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh yeah,
but
they
I'm
had
just
some fun
putting
with
it. Spoil. Well, the first time there's like a romance interaction between, and it's just like in the middle of a battle, and then they're like,
Keyleth and and Vax.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like and that
really
that,
now.
Yeah, and at least they had fun with it. I feel like at least like not have fun, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like they highlighted that seems a bit off. And so it's just a gripe of mine because I guess it's because I'm just not that of a romantic person. I guess that's what. It's just not for me.
If you are otherwise occupied, or if you are focusing on something really important, then romance doesn't really factor into.
No, it's like the priority just drops. But I also I do get it, and I do get that it's very important for some people. And
sure.
All the more power to you.
Yes. I like it a lot of time in media as sort of like a thematic thing, or where it's like, this is what we're fighting for. This is love and the people you care about, yada yada.
But for me, it's like, especially when it comes to games, and you have to basically choose, and it's like.
But I don't want to choose anyone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do I really have to romance you right now? Do I not have like an option that is like, I can still get your kind of like character side mission thing. I can still get your quest line.
Yeah, without romancing
having to romance you. Like.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, it can sometimes be a bit much, and especially with games, and they're just like throwing romances at you. Like every character you talk to are just coming on to you, and you're like, just stop it.
It's just like they're just
Halsin, I don't want to.
All of them.
Yeah.
All the time.
All right, yeah. But let's return to
Arcane. Sorry, that was...
Whoop. Yeah. Shit, I don't even know where to dive back in. Mel. Let's dive in with Mel. We got to check in on what happened to her, and it's this Black Rose thing. And
it seems like it's like an order of mages.
Yeah, mages and sorcerers and like people who are in tune with the arcane. And Mel herself has a crazy power.
A lot of that stuff
been like awakening in her.
Yeah, and as you said, like she didn't know before the whole attack. I feel like, did she say something? Like it was leading up to the huge rocket in the launch.
At the end of the first season when Jinx did the thing.
If it was building up towards that, or like she felt it right there. That was the first awakening she had. Like she knew at that point that, or something. At least that was where she knew.
Yeah.
And that's also why she couldn't save everyone.
No. It wasn't a conscious decision.
No. It's like if you don't know, and then suddenly it all hits, and you're like,
Yes, exactly. So it's more like a defense mechanism or something. And something that we have been curious about ever since seeing that and being like, whoa, okay, she's glowing. What's happening?
And there's like a lot of stuff about that whole part of the...
Yes,
like that whole...
I think that's like, it's we're getting a glimpse into something that is more on a macro level, and something that is also... at least in this storyline, very much tied to Mbessa and Noxus, what happened there, what happened with Kino, and her resentment of mages and people who can wield the arcane, because if you can do that, that doesn't mean then it means that we're not equal.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she just can't deal with entities who are inherently more powerful than herself. She wants to level that playing field, at least in a way where she still wants to be on top for sure. But that it just speaks to, I think, like a bigger theme here, which is like the whole like magic versus non-magic, and what kind of a hold it has on this world and the power structures. And I think there's just a lot of there we don't know, but we just know it's there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like it also, as you say, like it's like a broader thing. Perhaps it's also what's going to tie into the other.
I think so. That is, what's going to carry over.
Yeah. But another thing is also what you said, like, because like that's also why she's so interested in Hextech, right? Because this is like wielding the arcane, but for people who is not in tune with the arcane.
Exactly.
So for her, it's like wonderful, right? Because she can kind of like level the playing field by doing this, and then she's gonna have the upper hand because she's also like a combat like.
But it's being a hypocrite, I'd say, because like she
doesn't care.
Yeah, but like she's willing to use the arcane to level the playing field and to fight against the arcane, which shouldn't be there. But I'm willing to use it anyway for my own gains, and it's
exactly because like, and that's what makes her a horrible person. And also like of course I get some sort of like sympathies, I guess, towards her situation that she had to sacrifice one kid over the other, and it seems like she just loved her daughter more than she loved her son. Or something like it's a Sophie's Choice kind of situation, right? And it's like how do you choose between your kids? Like that's so obviously I feel for her in that decision, but she's a horrible person, and like obviously she could just not be so power hungry. She could just not be freaking. Because I would say the way that I understand it, that is what created her situation, was that she wanted to be in power. She wanted to be a ruler. She wanted to be, above of everyone else. So as you say, it's pretty hypocritical being this person that wants to level the playing field. It's obviously, as say, just for her own gain, and because she wants to be on top of everything. She wants to be like she doesn't want to level the playing field. She wanted to an advantage to advance above the others. Yeah. That's what she, like, at least that's how I read it, how I understand
interpret her character.
Yes. So she into being in that position where she has to decide between her kids, she got there herself. Like that was her own making. By being
done that yourself.
By being power hungry and wanting to fight everyone, everything, all the time, wanting to have like supreme rule over everything.
Unlimited power. Yeah,
and
sorry,
now
I'll stop with the Star Wars
And now
references.
she joined forces with Victor, or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
He is that is going, because he feels like at this point now he just completely shut down.
Victor isn't Victor anymore.
No, he's a machine.
Yeah, he's a weapon now.
Yeah, and that's how she's gonna use. Like that's how she's gonna. Yeah. Because these machines are not like they're not sentient in the same way that a human being is, if that makes sense.
No.
It's just.
It's a hive mind thing going on, and he extended a hand to Jace. Like, there is still a road forward where we do this together as partners. And Jace rejected that. And that was when Victor, I guess, had no other choice than to be like, all right, Doctor, do your thing.
Yeah, and I sometimes wish that they could use the Arcane to look into his mind and see what he saw. And maybe, I don't know if Victor already knows this, that he's already like, he's so omnipotent that he knows this is possibly what's going to happen, right? If everything goes to shit. Or else is Jace just like chasing some sort of like ghost, or like some sort of like was it actually real? Of course it was real in some plane or another, but like, was that actually how things are gonna unfold? Is that like, how's like intervention? How is this like? Was it like Victor said that this whole evolution thing was inevitable. It was destined to happen.
Yeah. But it just seems like.
But is that the outcome of? Is that what we saw with Jace? Was that the outcome of the evolution itself, or was it the outcome of trying to battle Victor? Was it like, like there's so many things
like
here.
What road leads to that specific outcome? Because again, as you said, like Victor, he saw that there's some things are inevitable, they're going to happen, but it also seems like there were still options or different roads to take. Where again, like one of them was reuniting or working with Jace again. but he rejected it, and now it's just that one road.
Yeah, and I feel like I think what I'm just trying to build my questions down to is like, is James currently preventing what's happening or is causing it to happen? Like that's like his intervention. Is that what we're really?
Is it becoming a self? What's it called?
In Danish we have selvopfyldende profeti. Yes. I think that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And my brain is just like blank right now for the English translation.
I don't think you can directly translate it.
No, probably not. But I'll try to maybe write something on the screen if I think of something while editing. But yeah, that is a very, 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 very good question. And then I think one more thing that I would definitely like to talk about before we wrap it up is the whole killing is a cycle thing. Because that was the title of the episode, and that scene where Jinx saw Silco again, like that whole speech. Wow, that was so well written. I love that we got that, and it is such a big theme and set it up top and so many times in so many types of media, movies, series, games, and like a big one that comes to mind, of course, is Attack on Titan, and it's just it comes back to that a lot of the time, and the whole like the cycle, as Silco said himself, like it started long ago. It started before me and Vanda, and like it will continue on unless we're willing to walk away. Like that's the only way to break the cycle, is if you're willing to, if you can muster the willpower to walk away from it. Again, I don't exactly know what Jinx is going to do here. I don't think it's just walking away from everything, and no one else is definitely not, like they're not willing to walk away either. Like everyone is committed, and even in such a way that, and that was beautiful to see, that people of Piltover and Zaun actually having to work together here, and that is the outcome that we wanted.
But nothing
like, how
under
did
these
we get
circumstances.
Exactly. But like nothing unites people as a common foe, I guess. And that's to bring up another thing. That's like the whole spoiler alert for Watchmen, I guess. But like that's like how that whole thing ends, and like the ultimate like outcome.
This is like, Ozymandias' plan.
Yeah, that was Ozymandias' plan. In the end, was actually, I'm gonna throw something so terrible at the world that you're gonna have to unite to defeat it. And maybe that is Victor's plan. I don't know. Like, I will be the bad thing that unites everyone. And now we're back to another series that I already mentioned. But
Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
like, I was thinking,
so is it just that, or I don't know. We're about to find out, because we're going to jump into the final episode in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But
it was again, as you said, like the whole writing is like, even though it's like tropes and stuff we've already seen before and everything, it was just so impactful. And I think because we didn't see Echo in this one, I think perhaps Echo might be the only person who's actually walking away from violence and has been doing this for the whole, like, of course he's still doing things, but at least I think that's where his path is leading him towards.
That's right.
And like that's also, I think also we've talked about like how we can't really root for anyone in particular. What was it, another season? Or another series? I don't know. Maybe. But at this point in time, I feel like Echo and Heimerdinger, but unfortunately Heimerdinger is no more. So Echo is basically the only person I feel like is left that's still altruistic, like really altruistic.
100% root for. Yes.
and especially after he experienced everything, and he even like it seems like through living another Echo's life, he got some sort of like,
he gained a perspective that none of the other maybe.
Yeah, but also the way that it seems like he forgave Jinx for being the way Jinx are at this point in time. Like there's some sort of like forgiveness and
an understanding as well.
Yeah,
I'd say. So yeah, hopefully he's just gonna come in and save the whole thing.
I don't know if he's gonna save anything, but
no, yes, everyone.
Okay,
they're all gonna be happy. Nothing bad is going to happen.
All right.
We're not gonna lose anyone.
I was just about to say, like, maybe that leads into another like series as well because he wasn't here, and maybe
they're not gonna not show him in the last episode.
But yeah, you're probably right. But it would It's just I like Echo. There's a lot of things I still want to see and I want to delve into. And it's like, can we just get another series that delves into the whole Echo situation, like everything about Echo? Because I love Echo.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm done.
All right, Danish word of the day, and then we'll wrap it up. And we're gonna translate something that relates to Victor in this scenario here. He's pretty omnipotent.
It seems.
It seems. So omnipotent in Danish is
almægtig.
Or you could also just say
omnipotent.
Yeah.
But that was a bit boring. And that was like just straight up. But almægtig is more Danish, I would say.
It definitely
means, it also, in other words, it means like to be all powerful. But I feel like that's what omnipotent means.
Yeah.
Like
you are all powerful, all seeing, all yada yada. So omnipotent in Danish can both be omnipotent, which is the boring one, and then almægtig, which is, the one we're going with here. Yes. That'll do it for this reaction and review of Arcane Season 2, Episode 8. Now we're going to jump into the finale. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.